I am more or less the age of Israel, and I feel that never in my lifetime Israel and the Jews and all those who are faithful to Israel all over the world have been as vulnerable as today. Israel has to face today two enemies, Hezbollah on the north, Hamas on the west, who are animated by something which is, not for the least, the spirit of compromise, the spirit of discussion, but the spirit of pure and naked hatred. For the first time, a new event appeared. This event is a state, the sponsor of Hamas and Hezbollah, who is at the edge of disposing of a terrible weapon, atomic weapon, I mean, of course, Iran. The appearance of Iran on the stage of the world politics, the appearance of a regime animated, embodied by hatred and fanaticism, creates a new strategic, moral, political challenge for Israel, therefore for the Jews. Lenin said about the communism that it was Soviets plus electricity. Ayatolism, the regime of the Ayatollah, is fanaticism plus atomic bomb. There is a new form of anti-Semitism which is growing all over the world and which is based on the three new pillars, who the three of them create a sort of new machinery, create a new sort of perverse, diabolic way of reasoning, and which are, number one, anti-Zionism. Jews are guilty of supporting a very ugly and dirty state. Number two, denial of Holocaust. Jews are guilty of having produced a sort of hoax in order to feed their support and to argument their support for Israel. And number three, competition of victims. Jews are guilty by insisting upon the victims of yesterday, are guilty of overshadowing the victims of today, the real Jews of the 21st century, which is the Palestinians. If you put the three together, anti-Zionism, denial of Holocaust, plus competition of victims, you have the three threads. You have the three bombs or the three elements which are in position of creating a real bonfire, a real fire in the minds of some uneducated and simple people. And when I say that this new form of anti-Semitism spreads all over the world, I mean, of course, Europe and France. I mean, of course, Muslim countries, Arab and non-Arab. But I really mean the whole world, including America. The challenge of the Jewish world today consists in making some political, moral, and spiritual alliances. In the last years, maybe the last decade, that the spirit which made possible Martin Luther King being such a proclaimed Zionist, and the Jews to be such great friend of the African American, was maybe on the retreat. I think that today time has come to come back to the spirit of this alliance. You have in America, we, citizens of the world, have in America a president who is coming in a way from this African-American community, who is a true friend of Israel, who has so many times said that his political consciousness came in part, for a part, from the experience told to him by various relays of the Jewish experience. This is the chance, this is the hope, this, as President Perez said, is the occasion of a renewal of this alliance between the Jews in America and all over the world, and the minorities in America and elsewhere, including, of course, in Europe and especially in France. Islam is not a block. Islam is not a whole. Nothing has been more damaging and stupid than the idea of a clash of civilizations opposing the West and the rest, the West and the Islamic world. No, we know that. The real war, the real clash of civilization is inside Islam, between Islam and Islam, between those who see Islam as a tool of war and those who see Islam as a speech of peace. Those are our allies. Those are our friends. All those who fight inside Islam for secularism, for human rights, for rights of the women, the spirit of Rabbi Yehuda Magnes, American Jew, founder, builder of Israel, and especially of the Hebrew University of Jerusalem, who said, Judaism was not given to the world in order to fight anti-Semitism. It was given to the world in order to build the pillars of the house of universal mankind. This is our task, and this is the reply to the challenge. I thank you very much.